Hello, chat. How are we? How are we doing? Hi. The lighting's weird and dark and dingy today because I don't want to put my colored lights on because it will mess with my color perception. But you'll be getting a view of my table, which is more well lit. For the most part anyway. I don't know what's going on with my hair. I apologize for whatever the hell this is, but you won't be seeing my face that much today, so oh well. Oh well. Today we are making some patches cuz oh
Lucas2 redeemed TTS and says and in the red corner, coming in at £1 million, and with a record of 0 wins and 1,000 losses, the defeatable, Bears in Trees.
yippee, that reminded me of one of my ideas for a patch. But yeah, me and Jay are going to a Bears and Trees gig together on the 20th, which is in 10 days. I got the shirts in for our fits, the base shirts, which okay, you can't. My camera's moving apparently. You can't really see it because it's dark, but my shirt's hanging up there. Um, I got them in like yesterday, so I have 10 days. I said 10 days from then because the actual day of the gig doesn't count because I'll be at uni and then we'll be going to the gig. So yes, I have like 10 days to make this work, and it's quite a lot of work. I will probably not have it done, and me and Jay will probably be sitting here at like 10 p.m. the night before the gig stitching. That most likely will happen, but I need to get some of it done, and I am mainly working on my own stuff because Jay doesn't really have an idea of what he wants, so I'm just gonna make more things than I could physically need for my own, and just go. Is there anything you want? Because I can make you a copy, or if I don't particularly want it, you can have it. I need this to stop moving. That's a question. Um, I'd say probably not, because I don't know. I don't know. Hold up, I'll respond to you in private. Sorry, my keyboard is really far away because my desk is set up for art mode, not typing mode. We are listening to Bears and Trees today. I feel like that bit should be really obvious with. I mean, I guess I didn't put Bears and Trees in the title for making patches, but we're listening to the music that I'm making things for. Also, I find it really funny. I've been painting my shirt, which I will get to show you, but it has like. I literally just added more to it. So it has wet paint on it. But it looks like a toddler's just got access to crayons. That's just what I've been resting my brushes on all day. You just think a bit. No reason. Hold up, let me grab my shirt. I'm doing this really carefully because there is wet paint at the back. Says success is unlikely, monumental. If you don't know the band, you probably won't get it. But the two EPs that are like involved in this tour, I say I'd be careful of the paint and then touch the paint immediately. Is two EPs called Success is Unlikely and Success is Monumental. So that's the reasoning for this. And then around all their like releases, they have like colored bands of blocks. So I've got the one for Success is Unlikely. Oh no, this is the Success is Monumental one, sorry. This is Monumental colored borders around the sleeves on both sides. And then this is what I was just working on. I mean, the front's the bit that's wet, the back is dry. But this is the success is unlikely. Little border. What Shay's gonna be? He wants the little icon things from Tor. The Tor photos. They are like all side by side. There is quite a lot of them like used within their promo. But he said one of them. I'm gonna do all four of them, I think, on the back. Like across as if it was like text. But other than that, I don't really know. He didn't really want anything else, so we'll see. Just a lot of patches and random doodles. Show the tie. I have two ties here actually. I have Jay's got sent to a in-post locker earlier, so I had to make an expedition down. This is my tie. I don't know whether I want to do anything to this. Like, my original thought was to put stars on it. But it is a really nice tie. And I don't, like, I feel like it could be used for other things, so I don't necessarily want to ruin it with, like, I was thinking maybe writing lyrics on it as well. But, I mean, it was really cheap. I could probably find a matching one. But, is it, like, Caterpillar Ocean? It's just colourful. We're going, like, an intense amount of color. Everything's rainbow. Everything's like stand out in your face. That's what we're going for. So this was the closest I could find to that in Thai variant on Vinted. That was very low price. And then Jay's cherries. That's at least what it looks like to me. I'm hoping it's meant to be cherries. It's really cool. Jay's shirts is neatly folded. I didn't want to unfold it again. I'm not doing anything, but it's dark purple. I didn't know. Jay sent me like 3 different combinations of shirts and ties, and I didn't know which one was going to show up. Like he just sent like various inspiration, because I originally said light blue or light purple, given it's the like EP covers. Let me show you guys if I can share my Spotify. How do I do this? Add window capture. Okay. Add window Spotify. There we go. You can see my Spotify now. But this is the like stars, the moon is something I'm going for. In fact, to a point of I have directly cut out a blue moon and yellow stars already. These will definitely be on mine, along with various other colors of stars. They might be on Jay's as well. They have that kind of solar theme going. But this purple is the color of my shirt, so I was like, haha, I can match it directly. I don't know where to put this, as in it's not going to cover myself if I just slide this way. And then if I go down to the release countdown, is literally one day, 2 hours away. So it says I'm on. Okay, wait, no, it's here as well. Here's the 4 symbols Jay wants. Let me see if I can make that big for you. Those are the symbols Jay wants. I don't know whether to put them on orange things and stitch them on. To be fair, his original one didn't have that. It was just like white shapes, so we'll see. You can see the border there that I was copying. If I show all here, these all have the same things because they're part of that EP, but they have like, you know, the little sun thing, the moon, different colored backgrounds. All of these are like handmade. I want this so badly. I'm gonna try. This is something I'm gonna try and make today. It may take the entire stream, to be fair. Um, but the phone on fire is something I really want. And could also it's not part of this. Something separate. Again with this. This is sick. I want. No Love No Heartbreak. I could probably do that, but that's just a pattern you can cut out. There's Sofa on fire for Left Eye Good, Left Right Good Night. There's so many just little things, and they all on fire. I'm gonna have to cut so many fire things out, and then we go into the album before, which this is like my favorite album ever, by the way. Highly recommend. House of Will and Ocean Instructions. It's so good. But we are not doing anything off the previous albums. I also need to think of lyrics. I was thinking of writing lyrics on the moon. Like, the thing is, I've noticed with these EPs is none of the lyrics are like short enough to be like clearly written anywhere. But yeah, that's that. I will probably put pictures of what I'm working on screen whilst I'm working on it. This is like on top of everything. Okay. Is that why Ocean sometimes just not a word on a word? I mean, my two starter words are Ocean and Build. Quite a lot of the time. It wasn't intentional. Ocean's just one of those words that is really good for like getting things out, and then Build because I'm a Minecraft builder. But then I noticed the connection, and I was like, that's really funny. That is a really funny. Yeah. Right, let's try. I think the phone on fire. Do we do phone or sofa? Which on fire oh, my camera's going for it again. Which on fire thing are we going for? I think the phone's gonna be more complicated. Sofa. I guess it's like a starting point. That's orange. It's actually more like brown, the photo. I have the rainbow. These are really bad quality fabrics, by the way. I would not recommend this if you want anything that's gonna last. They would like the cheapest off Amazon. They're for like cushion cover making. They're just big squares. Okay, let's you looked out. I forgot about this. I have to like lean it off the side of my thing for you guys to be able to see, otherwise it will turn off. Right. Pencil and scissors. I'm gonna actually do this freehand and not use a ruler at all, because that's the entire like point of this EP. Like the theme is like kind of learning how to live after you've like struggled for so long, and the fact that like trying to do things is never gonna be like perfect first try, and kind of letting go of that. In fact, I need to make this smaller because I don't want it to take up my entire thing. Yeah. This one is a great starter word for the day. I'm assuming it's one of the ones I use. This isn't specifically the EPs. Should I put the actual EPs on? I also said I was gonna this is success is unlikely. I was gonna put the photos on. Hold up. I saved this to my downloads folder. Where's downloads? if I add this, add image. Why is nothing automatically on downloads? Okay, it's going small in this corner because it's slightly blurry. Because I just took a screenshot. Banana carrot will be a patch. I don't know whether to do it like a very banana shaped carrot or literally just banana and carrot. Oh, it's a 2-seater couch. Thing is, I don't want these to be too big. Because I have to actually, you know, fit a few of them on. I should have drawn on the back rather than drawing on the front. I do this all the time. But I am gonna do doodles on it, like in black, so if I cut roughly around this so it's not perfect, and then I draw on in black or paint on in black. I need to pull the Spotify back up. Sorry, it's bigger and it's on my other screen rather than looking at that. I know it's upside down for you. You can see it though, right? It's still visible. Oh, it's gone random. I didn't just put it on. Fuck's sake. I wanted to play this EP specifically. I want to start from the second one, and it's still not gonna. Okay, I'm gonna add them manually to queue. Hold up. To queue. There we go. What was I looking at? Sofa. Okay, well that's the sofa. I've done this right in the middle, as if I don't need to cut it out. The absolute dumbassery strikes again. It's fine. I'll cope. I just need to cut it roughly out. Trying to do this in view of a camera is really difficult. I've noticed that doing anything like this at my desk is actually so much more difficult than just showing everything on the floor. I mean, it's probably better for my back to be doing it at a desk. That being said, I did get like paint on the floor because it went through the shirt the other day. It washed off very easily, to be fair, but it was stressed for a second. Okay, I have this. I need to cut it out slightly better than what I have. These might need to be like assembled at a later date if I put paint on them. Kitchen doorway. I love this song so much. I'm locking in, chat. The silence is me locking in. This fabric frays so easily. I have to be so careful. Okay. That's good. That's done. I'm gonna use the black that comes in the set of paint that I bought rather than my nice one because I'd rather keep the expensive stuff for expensive projects. That's right. So where's black? Oh no, I forgot how awkward it is to open these. Bruh, I get paint on my hands and my scissors every time I do this. Because there is no easier way. I can't just pull the side off. Doesn't work. You would think they would add like a pull tab. No, I have to stab it. I tried to not get it on my scissors. Okay, kind of. I don't want black paint on my hands this early on. Come on. Okay, it's kind of unavoidable. Okay, that's gonna have to work. I'm gonna go wash my hands. This paint just does not come off of hands. I mean, it does, but like, especially around my nails, you can see the green from earlier, but I just could not get off. Okay, I need like a little bit of paint. In fact, I'm gonna use like remnants from this lid because I want it to be like streaky, so it looks kind of like a marker. I feel like I say this with lots of my projects, but this one specifically, it needs to look really handmade. Because again, it's the entire vibe of the album, or the EPs. Um, it's two EPs. I feel like it could have been an album, but I see why it's also not. Okay. Now you can fully see what I've drawn. I might have got too much there. I just make it a little bit more visible. Beautiful. See, I don't even have to limit the amount of paint I use. This is just not good quality fabric paint, so it just doesn't apply properly in the first place. To be fair, it is very bright. The bright colors are like pretty solid for how cheap this was. I don't trust it not to wash out if I put these things in the wash though. Like that's gonna happen. And it's this like sofa also has a few little like this like spots from sofas with those designs. I do that. Okay. This should dry really fast because it's a very thin layer of paint. I'm gonna set it up there whilst I work on the rest of this. Now I need yellow, orange, and red. They all cut out. They are all kind of cut out of the same pattern, aren't they? Like, I wonder if I just cut the same thing and layer them on top of each other, whether that would achieve that effect. Like, draw around one and then, like, do one and then trace it onto the other and then repeat. I wonder if I can also just cut off a piece of this fabric so that I don't have to. A desperate desire for Biscotia melatonin. This was the song in the opening of the stream, but it's fine. We're gonna go there. Is this roughly the right size? It needs to go to like here. I have plenty of fabric in case like one doesn't work. We need to try it again. I've wasted every breath I breathe. I ended up just not connecting that up at all to the other one. That. I feel like that's about right. It might be a little small, but I think it about works. Oh my god, I hope like one of these small end bits doesn't just fray. I'm gonna. We can thrive. I think I might use the "We Don't Have to Just Exist" as a lyric somewhere on a patch or something like that. I realize it is a lot faster just to paint everything onto the stuff, but I really love the look of the like patches, especially since it's the entire look of like the albums. Like all of their art and stuff is kind of like hand cut paper and drawn, so it feels right to do it this way. I was also thinking like trying to make like a slice of pizza, or I could do a pizza place, but the entire building is probably difficult for this song. A cracked TV, which is the next slide. Like references to lyrics as well as like, I guess their stuff. Like this is a reference to a lyric within Left Right Good Night, which is the song that this cover comes from. So I guess they've kind of done my job for me by giving me icons that directly relate to lyrics. Prime expired, oh no. This song is so beautiful and gets so stuck in my head. It's sick. The sofa's on fire. Needs to be like readjusted, but you get the point. It's on fire. I now need to like trace this design out and onto orange and red. Here's a piece of orange. I am wasting fabric by doing it this way, but it's easier for stream. It's also easier for me in general. I'm gonna avoid these little like I don't know what this is, but this is like a row of holes. I'm gonna avoid that. You did hurt me greatly. You only hurt me once. Oh, it's painful, but it's beautiful lyric writing. Peasantry songs are beautiful both in lyrics and in like the actual instruments, the rest of the music. I didn't know how to phrase it. Instrumental? I don't know. There's black paint there. I might be able to use that scrap. You can tell I don't have money for materials because I'm like saving every single tiny scrap of fabric. The couch is ice royalty mix. Oh my god. Oh my god. Puns like back in recently. Like I swear I didn't really hear that many like pun heavy joke bits until like recently when they are all back. Like I don't know if that's a weird thing to say. People make puns all the time, but like I don't know. Specifically recently, people have been making so many more just like bad puns, and they're all hilarious. But I may also just be too bountiful coded, and they were doing that so much that it's just overtaken. Shall we are doing something chiller today rather than catch him because that was the other option. Because one, I'm incredibly busy with uni and sometimes I just need something to do to chill and relax. But also I've been busy with MCE meetings all day. I don't have the brain power for any more thinking about designs. If somebody asks me about a design element of, I don't know, a build or something similar, I think I might just like lose my mind. I know I am designing these, but I'm copying a photo, so it's not quite as intensive. Hi, Jay. I'm making a flaming sofa. I like how I said I'm gonna make a bunch of patches and then let Jay pick, and I'll like remake them. These are gonna take me 10 bajillion years to make pairs of, but I'm worth it's worth it for how cool they are. Talk about the Japanese or something. What? Oh, you talk about Japanese RPGs or something. It's the line that you probably heard. I mean, it kind of is. You're just missing like a one. What are they called? What are they called when you have letters that are representing words? My brain has gone blank. Oh, I love this song as well. I love all of the Chase songs, but this is one of the ones that I'm just like, oh. I wish I had fabric glue. I should have bought fabric glue. Acronym, yes. Why didn't I buy fabric glue when I was buying all of these materials? It would have been so much faster. Red, I haven't cut into the red yet. I was obsessed with this song for like a month straight this time last year. I could not get enough of this song. Genuinely. We'll just sing. Yeah. I don't even know when this came out. It was a very long time ago. It was before I started listening to Ben. There's so many gems in old Bear songs. Genuinely. It's worth listening to the entire discovery. Some of them are a bit what is happening right now, but they're all good. There's a lot of talk about eating sand in old passages. This is silly goofy. In the high of the storm, the mountains rage as you rage. I realize that this music won't be available on the VOD, but I think that's kind of hilarious. Because I'm just going to be yapping about songs and any VOD watchers cannot hear. Just because I don't want to get content ID'd or DMCA'd. Okay, it's on Twitch. It's silent stream. Oh god, I'm doing this again. I wanted to make this my alarm. I still could. Oh my god, we're doing this again as a soundbite for my alarm. Specifically starts at that point in the song. I think that would be funny. Too lazy to change the settings, too lazy to down myself to sleep. My god, we're doing this again. I do in fact know every verse and choose lyric off by heart. That after all I've yapped about this stream, that should not be a surprise. Apart from the fact that I can't really recite lyrics without hearing the song actively. I don't know why I struggle with that. Like, all of them are in my memory bank. It's just if you ask me what's the lyrics to said song, I probably won't remember. And I'll struggle. The second the songs play, I know all of the lyrics. It has been 2 years since I've seen them on tour. It was like, yeah, pretty much exactly 2 years ago. So they did like a small like beachside UK tour since then, but it was not going anywhere near me because it was in fact going along the coast. Deciding's too easy, I gotta wait in a second. It's dry. Oh, it is. Chat. Okay, actually, it's not fully dry. It's the sticky dry. I'd say that's pretty accurate. Hold up. Eh. Compare that with that direction. That. I'd say that's pretty accurate. It's not centered, but I just need to sew it together now. Because I think if I have the patch sewed together first, then it will be less painful to sew it onto the actual thing rather than sewing layer by layer. I think this is going to be the most rough stitching I've ever done, but it just needs to hold together. It's going to be sewed down anyway. Don't know what color thread, I only have 3 choices. I guess red? Red or white? Not black. I feel like red's most on theme. I'm gonna try and do this in one go. Rather than like doing a bit, stopping, tying it off, restarting. It doesn't really need to be that neat. Not on the back, anyway. Last year, I want to feel alive. Turns out they don't care, my college either, about whether they want to use American symbols or international symbols. It's quickly with this, isn't it? Yep. Sounds about right. Some materials are just made by Americans, and they go, you know what, we'll just show our students both, so that it doesn't really fucking matter anymore. For some reason, Americans can't use standardized anything. Like, genuinely. Like, it's hard to think of one thing that is actually standardized between the rest of the world and America. Like, units wise. Okay. This does not like not repeating songs. Spotify the like PC version is so bad at just playing good Discovery, that's what it's called. Oh, I'm already through the orange layer. I don't think that's too bad. There's just a tiny red stitch there. Pick these two up. I could have done black and stitched along the line of the sofa, given that's what I'm doing anyway, but it's fine. Let's put the red on. Cassiopeia. Where does this go if I just shove a stitch here? Okay, I'll do it further on the outside then. Did this not go back through the orange? Rah. Let's stitch here. That'll do. Try and hide it a little bit more under the yellow. How has this occurred? It's wrapped around my scissors somehow by just sitting on the desk. Okay. It's very loosely held together currently. There is approximately 3 stitches holding it down. That's going through the yellow. I feel like I should try and hide the stitches for the sake of neatness. Oh my god. There's so many little like loops in this, it keeps getting caught on things. Oh, that's not gonna end well. I am so ready for the shenanigans of a Bears and Trees store, though. Apparently, they have Mario Kart Wii. Why? I have no idea. Why join Whimsy, I guess, is the actual answer there. Season arc. There was probably a so much better way I could have. There's a couple of very obvious stitches. I could put some yellow paint over them. Yeah, that's actually so real, actually. I could just paint over the stitches so that they blend in more. It's all I have is red thread. Be yourself. I haven't seen that kid in years. You introduce us. Maybe grab a coffee. Okay. This feels like solidly connected together now. God, it's taken me an hour to do one. Chat, I'm so cooked. Chat, there's no way this is getting done in time. Not with everything else I've got to do. Jay, are you fine to spend like the entire evening of the Thursday just like stitching? Because I can get all the elements made and painted, but they take forever to also then stitch on to the things. Really loose notebook and it will be stitched down. Aww. It's so cute. Look at it. Also, Jay, do you want your little symbols that you wanted on the back on orange, like the orange patches and then sewed on, or just directly? Because the album art or EP art, it has like orange squares with those 4 symbols on in black, or I could just directly paint it on with white. It might be faster for me to directly paint it on with white, but I don't mind. Directly, okay. And I will also make you some patches of some variety. But the ones I'm making currently are for me, because they are very cool. But I will probably make like duplicates if you want any of them. In fact, I'm going to leave this here so that if people click on the stream, they've seen what we've made. Purple and white is sick. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's do the Success is Unlikely cover art next. The flaming phone. Save. Change this image. Why is it down in the corner? Cute. Do I have this color? That is not the right color, is it? Do I have it in paint? Can I paint over it? Can I paint the fabric to the right color? I actually do as well. I do actually have that exact color in paint. I can see it because on my little thing, this is the light blue. Okay. Let me grab a thing of blue. This probably is not going to dry by the time I end stream, but for me to be able to assemble it, but maybe I should do them bigger for the sake of taking up more room, so I have to do less patches. It's like wider at the top. And then I round out this squiggly ass line. I also still haven't got a response about the access. I know I only sent the email yesterday, but it's stressing me out. No, I didn't even send an email, I sent it like a request through that system. Okay, now we need to count the center. Let me actually draw this. I'm actually thinking of painting the colors on the inside. I don't know. I feel like layered fabric would look better actually, but it's a whole lot of work. This is the kind of thing that I love doing, because like there's very few things I do that are just kind of like for the fun and because it's like a hobby. Because I feel like quite a lot of the stuff I do online now, the building work I do, kind of all that has become more of like a, this is like content creation and technically aiming towards actually being able to do it, like, I wouldn't say as a career necessarily, because MCE and stuff is all charity based, but you get what I mean. They're less of hobbies and more of like, oh, I gotta do this. This is a commitment. Because this is just, I find it fun. I'm trying to get the shape of this a little better. It was very rough looking just a second ago. There we go. It's good enough. Now I'm gonna paint this light blue. That's the right color. Hell yeah. It does feel weird to cut it out of the things just to paint it, but... Hi, Dorina. How you doing? Finally fixed my notifications. Let's go. I really hope it hasn't turned off notifications for a bunch of people. That would be a shame. You know, I'm doing good. We are just chilling, doing some art. Making patches for a shirt that I'm wearing to a gig. You know, it's only cool people on Twitch, so I actually follow the limit, which is about 2,000 people. Oh god, that's annoying. I didn't know there was a limit on the amount of people you could follow on Twitch. Because I tend to follow back. Well, like, I follow everybody who gets involved in projects I'm involved in. So if I'm in an SMP or I'm running an MC event, I will most likely follow everybody involved. I've kind of stopped recently because it does kind of take forever. I'd rather follow the people I like become friends with. I still follow all the MCE people. I probably keep doing that because they've shown more direct interest in something I've made. With SMPs, there's quite a lot of them. There's quite a lot of people involved in everything. To go around and following everybody is just quite a difficult thing. It's kind of covering the dark blue. It's probably not a good enough paint to be full coverage enough. I could have put a white layer down first, but alas, here we are. It's kind of getting there. I think it might take multiple layers. The reason I cut that out of blue rather than just doing like yellow and painting it blue, it's one because yellow undertone would mess with it, and two because I only have set amounts of each fabric. So if I use the color most like associated, that tells me how much blue I've used. I maybe could have used light purple to get closer faster, but I've also used so much of this blue paint. It's by the fact that I've done like nothing with it. My uni decided to give me a lecture, or tutorial lab, whatever. 5 till 7 on the day Jay comes around. He gets in at like a 4 or something like that. And I, for some reason, have to be out doing an engineering lab at 5 p.m. I thought my timetable says 1, but these things use like a separate lab rotor, and it's never been that late before. It's always like either 1 till 3 or 3 till 5. That would have been reasonable, but no, 5 till 7. Because that's not painful at all. And it has an assessed question, so I like generally have to be there. I can be a lab partner. I don't think I can get you into the building, my guy. Look at this. How thin this fabric is that the paint just goes straight through. That's quite funny. I made like a print. It's art in and of itself. Okay, well that needs to dry. Do I do the like red, orange, yellow, green bit in fabric stitched together? Or do I just like do it out of like cut a yellow piece and then just like paint the other colors in strips? I feel like that's less to stitch together, but it might not look as clean as if I just do it. I don't want this to stick to the paper. I am gonna have to move it. just gonna add paint to this and the fact of just briefly cleaning my brush. I might do the yellow. Yellow and then paint it. Oh, it's not quite big enough. Oh, I need to trace it onto the yellow. But I'm gonna get blue on the yellow if I do that. Oh well, I don't care. Roughly. Oh my god. No paint gun on it. That's actually crazy. Got mad skills. Why says this guy? I also have classes pretty much all day the Friday of the actual gig. Despite the fact that Jay's gonna be here, I have a feeling we're barely gonna see each other until like the actual Friday evening into Saturday. Sorry, man, you're gonna be kicked out to explore London on your own for most of Friday. And probably woken up early. Maybe go to spoons. And if we don't have access, probably end up queuing. Right. How am I gonna do this in a way that's not gonna... I only have 2 brush. I need to like clean my brush. I have 1 clean brush currently. I'm hoping they'll just respond to me soon. I'll do orange then red with 1 brush, and then I'll clean 1 and do green. I don't know why I didn't do it earlier. I don't know. Completely went under the radar. Orange. Oh god, I should probably have like sectioned this out first. Hold up 1 second. This is green. This is yellow. Orange red. That's close enough. Don't know if I paint the yellow as well, just to keep the textures the same and to get rid of the sketch lines. To be fair, the sketch lines are showing through the orange. So I always forget to rub them out. Not the streak of orange left on the thing. This fabric is far too thin. Trying to do this in a way that you can actually see what I'm doing. But sometimes my hand just completely covers it. I wash this brush, I just use the blue brush for green. Oh, I did like fuck up that line. Let me see if I can actually use the orange to try and fix it, clean it up. Okay. It's a bit better. Let me wash all. I'll leave the black one. Might need the black one. I'll wash these real fast so I can change colors. I would really like these to dry quite fast so I can stitch them together. But we can always just do something else whilst we wait. Just hoping these don't go through the paper. No. It wouldn't. It wouldn't dare. That's quite funny. Certainly isn't quite the right shade of green, but I'm pretty sure it's the only green in the entire box. So, apart from emerald green, dark green, there's also like a neon yellow and a neon pink, which I want to use at some point. My lines are so not straight at all. I'm also cautious with the way I've done this, as that red might not be visible at all. But we'll see. It's just gone darker again for this dread. I feel like I can just position it more over to the red side. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Okay. Let me separate this one, actually. Let's leave stuff that's drying up here. And I'll put things that are complete in a different place. We do need the, like, fire bits again. I also need to put black on this. I think I might just do that. That paintbrush is stuck to the page. It's not fully dry, but I doubt it would smudge. I'm not doing a second layer. I don't have the patience. It's close enough. So that one is a lot squarer. The repeat's going crazy right now. I have to like analyze the details before I commit, because I'm not drawing this out beforehand. That's a phone, I would say. It's phone enough. I think it looks vaguely similar. Right. Tempted to change out this piece of paper so that other stuff doesn't get dirty. Balance that there. If I change out, I mean, I'm literally just gonna not do anything there. I'm literally just gonna flip these around the other way. Okay. More flames. I don't have any good sized things. Let me put these back. Been making Mexican pizza? Hell yeah. What's the difference between Mexican pizza and other pizzas? What do they do differently? Is it like specifically come out like here and here? And then go like this. Should have really done like the template and like repeated it like 3 times. But not all flames are the same. Although all of these very much are. Actually, due to the curvature of that, I might just leave this bottom bit on to make sure it connects in properly. Scissors. What time are we on? 11. Good. I once again have an early lecture tomorrow morning. 10 a.m. My one this morning was meant to be 9. My lecture was 40 minutes late. Next computer because there's a chorizo, Mexican cheese blend, fictional tomato sauce, Baby Bell cheese. What? Why are you putting Baby Bells on a pizza? Ranch dough. Certainly sounds interesting. The concept of ranch scares me as someone with very extreme sensory issues. Oh, and chicken. Like, yeah, there just ain't no way I'm ingesting that. I think I'm really good at getting out these flames by the end of this. What does CRT-TV mean? Is that big enough? Oh dear. We are in fact going to be 1,000 eyes staring them down in Camden. The venue is in Camden, right? It might not be, it might be in Islington actually. It is so funny to me hearing conversations from like either overhearing or like seeing online conversation about people being like who would be insane enough to willingly live in London as somebody who moved to London. I'm like, some people just enjoy it. It's not most people's cup of tea, but I'm finding it fun. I don't know if it's somewhere I would live like long term after uni. But I really like it here, and I like the fact that I wouldn't have to drive anywhere and everything's like easily connected. It's so convenient for literally doing anything. Everything's just there. You can just go do whatever you want. But I also grew up in the middle of the like countryside where I can go anywhere uh without driving. So maybe it's just like a complete contrast situation. And like most middle ground places would probably be fine. But because for me, like anywhere other than London that I've been, we've had to drive around. Probably learn to drive eventually, but the genuine level of anxiety. Like I say, I will be learn to drive eventually. I have learned to drive. I just never got like past my test. I got very very close. Uh, and then the second time was somehow a lot worse. I don't understand how that physically happened. Literally, the first driving test I did, the guy was like, "You're like so there. You just like uh, it was unfortunate the maneuver you got on the section you got it on, where it was like reverse parking on a no, it was like pull up on the right on like a back street, uh, like the back roads in the UK. People who've been on them will probably know um, that they are just like tiny thin roads with like speed limits of just whatever the fuck you want, and like no actual like pavements, so it's just like grass banks. It's nothing to line yourself up with. The glass banks aren't even straight, so trying to get straightly like pulled over, it was like pain. And then there was so many cars coming, and I adjusted whilst there were cars going past me, which is kind of an instant fail. But I genuinely would never have moved if I had waited. And it was right at the end as well. It was literally right at the end. The like test center that we were getting back to was like around the corner. I do a 9-way intersection slash 9-lane highway that merged into one. I've never experienced that. 6 humans around already. Yeah, exactly. I don't think anybody actually ever like drives that fast, but it's the fact that it's not illegal to. But I feel like highways, like they're so organized usually. They're in lanes and like it is kind of directing you exactly where to go. 50 lane? Or merging into one. That's kind of insane. You're a rally driver if you could get 60 in a magnet. I don't think I've ever seen more than a like 4 lane. Right away. This song is so sad. This is the like, do you want to roll your eyes out songs kind of song. Okay. Are these dry enough to be stitched? They're again like the sticky level of dry, but they're not quite wet, not quite dry. That shallow thing can be in. I feel like this needs to be like stitched together in layers, because there is generally just too many elements. Not me not waiting for the paint to dry at all. Oh, that is so cool. Oh my god. China for the jealous navigation. What? Oh, that's insane. See, I have notifications in the MC stuff chat, and I'm like fighting everything not to check them. Okay, I'm gonna stitch these two together. I might do these ones first. If I stitch the orange to the yellow, like right at the bottom, I'm hoping it won't be visible behind the thing. Then if I do the orange to the red back here, then that also should be hidden behind the yellow. Well, I should probably use whites for that. Because if it's going to be only visible like on the yellow, then white would make 10 times more sense than doing red. I don't know how many patches I'm going to end up with. I think I'm going to shove some ones that are just like boxes with lyrics. Some more of the stars and moons. I think J's might be covering quite a lot of space related things because they're faster to make. They're not faster to sew, to be fair, actually going to like sewing it on. But if it's only cutting out one thing, it might be slightly easier. Um, Maybe do some more like directly painted on things on J's so that I don't have to sew a bajillion things. I'm only saying on J's because he cares less than me. I already did the knot. Like if he was wanting something really cool, one, I probably would have started this way earlier, and two, I would do it for her. You get what I mean? He just wants some hand painted silly goofy things. I can also do that. I do need to make banana carrot, I think, for my patches. I am so doing banana carrot. And we line up the red. Readjust slightly. We shove this stitch on here. Hey, that won't be covered by the yellow, but it's fine. It will be once I get to the center. I might just make Jay's just like bright and obnoxious kind of colors. Like just add color. Or I could go the complete opposite and stick monotone purple into white. But I feel like that's not very bears and trees coded. Look at that one stitch. The bridge stitch. It's getting so down to the back of the thing, so it doesn't matter. Can't be loving if you never could. Can you be heartbroken? Can you be heartbroken? I really hope they bring back the hot chocolate dance for this. There was an entire dance they made for last tour. If they don't do it again, I will cry. I'm pretty sure they said that they're doing it again. We should learn it if we're going to be on front row. Otherwise, it's a very difficult one to do. Like standing in a gig. You need more space. I can't remember it too fair, it's so long ago. It was really silly. Simplify. Yeah, but one of the moves is just like a full on kick. Like they didn't really make it very like gig friendly, but they look cool doing it on stage. It was too strobe lighty last time. My video of them doing it was really bad. Because my camera couldn't focus on the light. Or the lack thereof. Just getting so true. Casualty in the peasantries, but okay. Plain. Maybe I should stitch the yellow one down. I kind of like that it's. I just don't know if it will get caught if I leave it with the ability to flop. I think the other one has that as well, but just not quite to the same extent. It's gonna go behind here though, so it might have less ability to flop. Let me change to black. I'm using all of my different stitch colors today. Where is the black one? Where'd the black one go? What happened to the black thread? What? Bro vanished. Maybe if I dropped it and it like rolled. It's like underneath all my things. Also a really long unravel to it. This is the bit that dances in the instrumental. Although to be fair, they don't actually do it. They do it at the end. They add an extra instrumental to the end in the gigs because it makes more sense to go out with the dance than during the middle of a song. For a change. I love that line. Dream outside your bedroom window for a change. It's like, damn, okay then, bears and trees. I will dream bigger. I love that the song is called No Point Pretending with in brackets after it. Song for tour. Is when Noah and Bears and Trees, No Offense and Bears and Trees, toured together in America. Which I'm so jealous. That is like my dream gig. Genuinely. Yeah. No Offense and Bears and Trees. What was this thing? I just don't know where this for. Yeah, America got that. We didn't. It's just like the best lineup, and they released this song specifically for it. There was also somebody else, because I think it was like a joint headline between the two of them. I swear there was somebody else like actually opening. I can't remember who it was. It might have just been Bears and Trees opening for Noah, I'm not gonna lie. But they're both like the same size, I would say. Maybe Noah's ever so slightly bigger. Genuinely, the level of jealousy whilst they were on tour and all seeing all the videos. Oh my god, why did that not? So sticky. Why did that just go straight through? It'll be okay, black thread. How many knots do I need to tie on this for it to not slip straight through? Oblivion for maybe good. Hell yeah. Thickness between these two layers of both of them being painted. Genuinely hard to sew into. Oh, it's this peak dance song. My peak dance song starts with I try not to let my trauma do the talking. But still, you will catch me dancing around my bedroom to this at random hours of the day. This is like my most listened to song of, I think, 2024. And honestly, it's such a positive vibe to me. It's something I listened to song. But yeah, no, I think the last Bears and Trees gig is like my favorite day ever. My favorite memory. You can feel the energy in the room, and I hope it's the same. Like you can feel it if it's sparks in the air. It's crazy. It's such a everybody there is so hyped, and the like energy is just I've never felt anything compared to it. I want to get merch. I have a feeling we won't have time to get merch beforehand, but afterwards. But I'm sure because they don't really say what their silly bits are, they just happen and then they post videos of them afterwards. And so just random shit happens. Nick had like a bubble wand and a wizard hat last time. There was the gathering random words before going on stage, and Ian has to fit them into like one of the like bits, the speaking bits between songs. He has to say, like, they have to say all the words. What else? So I think there was a plunger at one point. Like, what weird things can you hand to the singer during a song? Was one of them. Just handing the most random things to Callum. I doubt they'll do the exact same things again, but I'm sure they have new shenanigans. But I have videos from the last show. In fact, I have a YouTube vlog from the last show on my second channel. If you want to see what it's like. Like I like specifically started recording every time a song stopped. I mean, I was recording the songs as well, but to catch their like weird shenanigans, I didn't catch all of them unfortunately, but. I think I watched it. Hell yeah. My dad's being in the front row for Bears and Trees gig will forever be one of the funniest things. Especially since there's a video on there, like Instagram and TikTok, of my dad just in the front row. As everybody's like singing this heartfelt song at the top of their lungs. It's just my dad just standing there. It's gonna be. It's not as stark as what is going on. My dad's quite tall as well, so it's just that. Because you find my dad on many occasions. You know he's actually frying me. That's so fair. Make sure you get decent sleep though. especially before an exam. It's important. Infinities. Yeah, really want more. Let's decide if this one and give up. That's fair. I'm probably gonna end once I've got this put together. I might do banana carrot as well. I don't think that will take me as long. There'll probably be a few more of these streams, chat, if you enjoy them, because I have quite a lot of this to do, and doing two things at once by streaming and doing this at the same time is really convenient. Although it's hard when I have like a full shirt to do it, so maybe whilst I'm doing the patches, then maybe I do the big sewing the big things on and painting things off stream, and I just make patches on stream. Because this is so much easier for me to like navigate. I'm putting an extra stitch in this because there was a bit that was coming apart. Although I've just finished collecting all my materials for Cashem, so I need to do that. I also need to like film and edit my 1 year on 2 video, because I don't know why, I just like was not in the mood when I actually hit the I think I was thinking too hard about it and like what I wanted to say, and I was just like, actually maybe it's just not that serious. Maybe I just kind of speak from my heart for a bit, edit in some old footage, and do all that kind of thing. So I was gonna do like a full kind of story from the start of my transition. I'm like, like yes, but also probably just focus on the certain aspects of it. I feel like it's been too many months of me trying to come up with things to say that I'm just gonna end up saying the same thing over and over again. But this is the last monthly one, and then it will probably be like every 6 months to the year. So enjoy the last one. But I want to get it up this weekend. I also want to get another Kashim episode up this weekend, but I really doubt both of those things are gonna happen. It's probably one or the other. Now, finally, we stitched that onto that. And we have an on fire phone. Affected by the ways in which you went like it. Dreams I had to run. The focus of tying knots. It's so funny, chat. I realized that even releasing the team that is working on the MC event, that we're currently working on, is a spoiler. literally just releasing the team that is working on it and their roles is enough of a spoiler that I have to like refrain from doing it for a little bit. Like I was like, oh, we can have like filler, a nice filler tweet of like shouting out everybody working on the project, and, and then I was in a meeting earlier, and I was like, no, we can't actually do that, can we? No, because people would definitely clock on. Like, some people were not convinced that people would clock on, but I'm pretty sure there are some really observant people in this community who would go, huh, interesting. So what we're doing is very different to what we've done before, which means that we have new areas of the team, and I feel like announcing them would really give away what we're doing. Well, not exactly what we're doing, but like, you know, the theming, the basic gist. And that's not something I want to be revealed too hastily. We are very early into this project right now. And there's always a bit of leeway in a project of like, you don't want to start like sharing things too early in case it doesn't end up happening. You don't want to hype people up, but also you don't want to hype people up too early for it to take 10 years to it really shouldn't be that long. We should be there at least close enough that we can start talking about things in like a couple months, I would say. Progress has been swift so far. We just need to keep that momentum up. And also remember that like the entire point of doing what we're doing is or like doing this event, I should say, is because like we're giving the dev learning team leeway to learn development. And kind of a consequence of working on a new project is people who have taken on more in this new project have dropped from the dev learning team or don't have time anymore to take part in that. So we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit, I have a feeling, with having devs, because like we want it to be at a point where after this event is done, we have a dev team who sure maybe isn't that experienced but can throw together something of like okay quality. um that's kind of the goal, but that only happens if we make sure we stick to doing the things that we were going to do previously to coming up with a new event idea. So we'll see, but yeah, that was something else yapping to some of the team members about earlier. It was like, hey, we gotta actually do the thing we're like that we need to do. Like we said we're doing publicly. Which we're actually starting moving into Minecraft development now. So that's fun. We've learned some Java basics. I'm really hoping it's enough. You know, when you like learn something, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna jump into the more complex stuff now, and then you jump to the more complex stuff, and you just have not learned the basics. That is what I'm scared is about to happen to me. But yeah, uh, like yeah, we'll see. I guess I put things in the dev learning chats, and I immediately got messages from Jake being like, no, you need to do this differently. And I was like, thank you for stepping in so early. Otherwise, it was something we may have spent ages doing something that was not just like really what we should have been doing. We have two devs keeping an eye on us. And without them, we would already be lost. Just wanna know what's on your mind. Just wanna say I wanna die. This is a 21 Pilots cover. Ta-da! Jay, did you see the stars and stuff I made as well? I did this like earlier today. No, shame. But I have a moon. Big blue moon. This isn't specifically for mine or yours, but I'm probably gonna make like a bunch of different colors. And then I have a bunch of yellow stars. So you'll probably get a few of those type things on yours. Look at these. This is sick. Chat, we've made things. Okay, I think the last thing I'm gonna do, banana carrot. Let's start with banana. How do I get the shape of a banana? Um, banana carrot is icon, and it makes no sense for anybody who does not know the song and the specific lyrics, the specific part of the song. Back from dinner. Hi Lucas, we're making banana carrot. The thing is done, the phone is done. Ring ring. Let me take this image off. How do I convey the fact that this is a banana? That's you guys can barely see that. That's banana. I don't want to make it too dark in case I need to rub any of this out. Although I really have not been rubbing out my sketches. In a banana, I can paint the ends brown. And carrot's gonna have to be multi-layered with, I think, leaves, green leaves. It's a phone. I think it's a phone. I actually don't know anymore. Maybe it is a TV. I don't know if carrot leaves the top. No, I'm doing a separate banana and carrot. Because it's just more obvious what it's meant to be. Then I'm gonna overlap them when I stitch them on. I might actually almost have enough things. I think I want lyric patches. But other than that, I think I've actually got enough stuff for me to like make mine. You know, 2000s phones soon at least. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Banana. The most simple one yet. Banana. Let me go brown. Brown paint. Wow, I'm actually shocked that there is just brown in this. Should I play the song that has I cut my finger. So did I go straight through the bottle of that? How did I possibly stab through it? Hold up 1 second, chat. I've actually cut it quite badly as well. That wasn't just how did that even happen? What? I couldn't have cut through the plastic. What happened? Somehow the scissors hit my finger, but I was stabbing into the lid of the paint, so I don't understand how I possibly hit my finger. Because the pointy bit was inside the paint. It's actually bleeding very heavily when I was rinsing it. The fact that I barely felt that though, my pain tolerance might be slightly too high for my own good. I do actually need to keep this off stream if it's got blood on it. I don't want to get banned. Okay, it's not bleeding anymore. It just stopped bleeding the second I put pressure on it. I can't even see the cut. Oh no, I do see the cut. Why was it bleeding so intensely earlier? It's the tiniest nick. It was really going for it. I'll put a plaster on it just so that it doesn't bleed on camera because that's against like Twitch TOS. You can probably, if you go back in the VOD, you can probably see how it happened. But, it was definitely visible to the camera. But, oh well. I picked a way too big plasters. I don't do the scissors again then. I'll just do that. Only I would manage to pull that off. How do I cut myself whilst opening a container of paint? I know most bananas are like yellow all over. I'm just trying to make it obvious what it is. If you got a nice ripe banana, you probably don't have these brown bits on it. But... Speckliness. Ultra realistic banana. It's a banana. Does it look like a banana, chat? This plaster is gonna be so annoying now because I gotta try not to get like insane amounts of paint on it, so that I don't go through like 50 plasters. It's not even, it wasn't bleeding. It like once like put the tiniest bit of pressure on it with a cotton thing. I have so much first aid things in my room that literally any tiny thing just isn't an issue anymore. Okay. That's wet because I didn't dry my hands properly. Okay, there's banana. None of these orange scraps are big enough for carrots. That's also probably not big enough for carrots. Let me make a new section. Orange bit of carrots. Are we finally cutting into the green? I don't think I've cut into the green yet. It's actually quite a dark green. Okay. We're gonna go. Carrot. That's the shape of the carrot. Everything's so much more annoying to do when you can't bend one finger. God flipping damn it, chat. It's a weird looking carrot. It is carrot. What can I say? What did the leaves look like on a carrot? Is it like up? It is, isn't it? It's like long. It's like. I don't know. He's carrot tick. I don't know how to draw carrot leaves. That's a pineapple. I don't know. I'll cut it out and see. Can always try again. even see what I've drawn. Can't believe there was brown paint on my hand. Okay, that's actually like one of the worst things. Oh, there's brown paint on the scissors. That's what they're brown. That is. It gets the point across. I think. I should probably wash the brown paint off my scissors. Second. No. Close enough. It looks so goofy with the particular. So. What color do I use to sew that together? I could use red and then tomorrow I'll paint it orange. Because I need to paint one of the other ones as well. I need to paint the orange stitches. I can't do this with one finger that I can't bend. I appreciate this finger a lot more now. It's only when you lose something that you realize how much you need it in your life. Please. My other finger is not programmed to be able to do these. There we go. No, it didn't go on top. I should probably learn the easier way of doing this. You think if I've been sewing since the age of like 7, I would know a better way of doing that. I was in sewing club in year 2. Probably not even 7. I don't know how old you are in year 2. I did a lot of sewing as a young kid, and then probably up until I did like textiles in year 8, year 9. Me time. Good night, Jay. Hope the exam goes well tomorrow. Get some sleep. It's midnight. I should probably get to bed as well. I have a 10 a.m. lecture. Be up at 8:30. Up at 7:30 today. I got 5 hours of sleep, and for some reason I've been fine. I say for some reason I've been fine because, like, to me it doesn't make sense that I still have energy at this time of night after only getting 5 hours of sleep. Because I usually have, like, pretty bad fatigue, but the past few days, I had an exam Monday morning, followed by, like, a 4 hour lecture that I left 3 hours into. Then I came home. I saw an email whilst I was in the lecture saying, like, your kitchen's too messy from it, like, got an inspection. And I was like, huh, it's not usually that bad. Like, sure, it's usually not great, but it would never be enough for them to go, like, yes, this needs fixing, otherwise we'll give you, like, mandatory learning on cleanliness. And I was like, huh, what is going on? I get home from 7 hours at uni, and the kitchen looks like somebody's, like, set off a bomb of food in it, and I'm like, right, okay, how did this happen? Why did this happen on the day of an inspection, which we probably got told about, but none of us check those emails because we get sent them, like, every week and they never happen. Um, so I was like, okay. So I spent 20 minutes cleaning the kitchen. I'm already absolutely exhausted. And then made dinner, ate dinner, and then sat on call with friends for a while and did work. I don't understand how I had enough energy to make it through that day. Like, my brain can't fathom it. And the fact that I'm fine today as well. It is crazy when, like, disabilities stop flaring. At least I'm hoping it has. It feels like it has. But it's like I've never had the ability to do this much in a day before. And I love it, but I also feel like I'm gonna, like, absolutely, like, burn and crash from doing too much because I can and because I want to. Like, I always want to be doing things, so having the ability to actually go and do said things means that I'm usually pretty unresponsible with the energy, the newfound energy freedom that I've been given. Um, usually. Um, banana carrots. Do I sew them on like this? Or banana carrots like that? I'm so gonna do that. This is the most... You're gonna have all these, like, really cool pieces of art stitched on. And then next to it is gonna be this. And that is the joy and whimsy that is Bears and Trees. Okay, let me lay out what we've done today. I think this is pretty solid progress for 2.5 hours. This is what we've done today. Hold up. Let me... These two pieces of paper are stuck together. Defeatable messages. That's another patch I want to do. Don't let me forget about that one. I want to do, like a whiteboard tally that says wins, loss, and then in the loss, just fill it with, like, the, like, cross off things. My brain isn't working in names tonight, apparently. With the tallies, that's what they're called. To fill the loss with tallies and leave the wins completely empty. I want to do that as a... I won't be able to get to 1,000, but it would be funny. I think that could be a really funny bit to have. Because I think you said like scour through the lyrics properly, but I think most of the like lines that I like from these are just insanely long. Like the lyrics are really, really funny bit. Yep. I might also make a patch that just says bit or like on the pocket or something so that it's like labeled. Yeah. Sick. We made some cool stuff today. Only one injury. Also, look at this pile of mess. Neat things, pile of mess. Okay. Should we find somebody to raid? Do you want to see my face one more time before we leave? Ah, yes. Angle. It's so warm in there if you can't tell by how red my face is. Die. Oh, I forgot on my hair. Oh, I needed to have a shower, chat. Why is it focusing on me? I needed to have a shower. It's midnight. I need to get up at 8:30 a.m. And I don't have any way of drying my hair, so I have to like stay awake for an extra hour to dry my hair if I have a shower. I forgot about that. Like the thing is, I always shower in the evening because there ain't no way I'm getting up early enough to shower before leaving the house. I do not take morning showers because I'd rather sleep. I don't. To be fair, sometimes I do. It's not like a hard set. I don't. But what's this? They're available. Bears in trees. Yeah. How else do you make up? Fair. But like this morning, I got out of bed 15 minutes before I needed to leave for uni. I left 20 minutes later than I needed to leave. Made it there 5 minutes late to class. And then my lecturer was late by 40 minutes. And I could have slept in. Literally, the email came through that he sent like 4 minutes before I got into class. And I only saw it when I got into class. I was like, oh, no. He's never usually late. And at least he emailed and was like, hey, I'm coming in. Please wait for me. And then the lecture got extended. We moved rooms to one that was available after the like lecture end time, and he finished explaining it. Which that bit was the most important because it was explaining our like exam question for this week. So, I did make sure to stay the extra 30 minutes. He said it was going to take 15 minutes. He very much yapped for like 30 to 40 minutes, but it's fine. We're paying so much. Like, people calculated it. We're paying about £140 per lecture. So you should probably be there. Oh no, not ads. Right. Let me find somebody to raid. Left, right, good night. Left, right, good night. Who we raiding? Who we raiding? We're going out with banana carrot. Yeah. Straight into Kiki. Banana carrot. Banana carrot. Yes, carrot. Banana carrot. Banana carrot. Ooh. Okay. I will see you guys on Thursday, probably for some catching. Okay. Bye bye.